Hello there to all the amazing people watching this video in my channel. In this video we're going to see 10 stunts that prove Tom Cruise is just insane and very much dedicated to his craft. So without any further delay, are you ready? Let's get started! Tom Cruise is known for his commitment to the art of cinema and is definitely one of the most dedicated and well-paid actors and deserves every single dollar he makes. He never hesitates to do his own stunts, risking his life all in order to achieve his goal, as he says, and that is to entertain the audiences. Like this scene where he runs and jumps from one building to another with just a safety cable on him. He ends up breaking his ankle, and yet he just stood up and finished the scene. Injuries, heights, impossible stunts, not something that Tom Cruise really cares about. Let's see his crazy stunts. Number 10, Mission Impossible 2, Rock Climb. In this opening scene, Hunt, who is on vacation from the IMF, is scaling up a cliff at Utah's Dead Horse Point. Cruise is free soloing up the cliff with no safety cables or harness, and at one point even skids down on an overhang and is left dangling in the air. While it seems that he is climbing with no safety gear, Cruise did use a safety harness, but that in no way makes filming such a scene easy or safe. Number 9. Mission Impossible 3, Bungee Jump. In this scene, Tom performs a bungee jump before slamming and sliding on top of the building's roof. In fact, Tom Cruise really did perform the jump part all by himself. You can see the anxiety on his face. This guy is literally dedicated to his craft. Number 8. Top Gun Maverick, flying and filming in a military jet. While they might not have actually go completely crazy and handle the whole plane, Cruise did insist that they actually go up in the air as passengers, not as pilots. And that's what they did. Cruise had to receive G-force training and film scenes on the back seat of a military jet. Tom was literally acting on the back seat of a military jet. Number 7. Mummy, plane disintegrating sequence. Tom Cruise alongside co-star Annabelle had to simulate zero gravity, and there is no denying that this is what they did in this scene, using an astronaut training craft called Vomit Comet. So here's how the Vomit Comet works. You rocket up with the G's of a rocket going into space, you flat out, you even out, and then you drop for 22 seconds in straight free fall. In that free fall, you go weightless. Half of the sequence was shot on a plane that's literally named after what it does to your stomach. So no, that's not Tom Cruise and his co-star Annabelle Wallis on strings that have been erased. It's literally them moving around in zero gravity, which is ridiculously unpredictable and insane. Number 6. American Made, leaving the plane's helm. In general, it's nearly impossible for an actor to be allowed to fly an aircraft because of safety reasons. Not for Tom Cruise. Nothing is impossible for him. Tom Cruise is just Tom Cruise and takes not no for an answer. In this scene, he literally flies a small airplane and in fact abandons the cockpit for a few moments for the scene where he throws drugs off the plane. That's what the director of the film claimed. There is no holding back Tom Cruise. Number 5. Mission Impossible Fallout, Hollow Jump. Production for this film famously shut down after Tom Cruise broke his ankle jumping from one skyscraper to another. However, the much more dangerous stunt of the movie was Cruise's Hollow Jump. Hollow Jump is a high-altitude low-open jump from a plane, and Cruise was the first actor ever to do it. Cruise jumped out of the plane at 25,000 feet. Not only did Tom Cruise do the stunt himself, but he also needed to position himself carefully close to the camera and the other stunt doubles in order to act the scene out. Also, because the scene took place at night, the crew could only practice and film this scene once per day just before the sunset. That is commitment. Number 4. Mission Impossible Rogue Nation, holding his breath for 6 minutes. In this film, Ethan Hunt breaks into a secured underwater vault. Of course, Tom Cruise insisted on learning how to actually hold his breath long enough to complete the stunt. Tom Cruise learned to hold his breath for over 6 minutes by the time he completed training. All that just to prove to the safety guys that it is safe for him to film a 3-minute underwater scene. Usually actors only hold their breath for 10 seconds at a time while filming underwater scenes, and everything is then edited together. The stunt was filmed in a giant pool of water, 20 feet deep, and Cruise himself had to convince the safety and compliance officer to allow the actor to perform the stunt. Cruise actually blacked out a few times during filming, according to the stunt coordinator, but nevertheless, he did the scene for the full 3 minutes.
I'd have to hold it consistently, safely up to 4 minutes almost for every take.
Number 3. Mission Impossible Rogue Nation, hanging off a plane. Just when you thought Tom Cruise's stunts can't get any crazier for a film, he goes and does this. In the film, Ethan Hunt sneaks onto a plane and waits for Benji to open the door. Benji doesn't open the door in time, and Ethan is left dangling from the plane while it takes off. In real life, Tom Cruise literally hung from the plane as it took off. This guy is crazy. Cruise stated himself that he was so nervous for this stunt he couldn't sleep the night before. Luckily, all the proper safety precautions were followed and Cruise pulled off one of the greatest stunts in cinematic history. Number 2. Mission Impossible Fallout, hanging and falling off a helicopter. First off, Cruise had to get a license in order to actually film a chase scene where he flies the helicopter. But that was not enough for Cruise. Tom Cruise runs and grabs the rope that dangles off the helicopter as it takes off. Later, he slips and falls onto a net below. Cruise actually had a safety line on him. However, he went on to film many takes of this falling scene, and in few of them, he actually missed the net below him. There is nothing this man would not do for his craft. Number 1. Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol, climbing Burj Khalifa. This is one of Cruise's most controversial stunts. In Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol, Ethan Hunt climbs the Burj Khalifa, which is one of the tallest buildings in the world, and breaks in from the outside in order to avoid an intense security system. Cruise wanted to climb the exterior of the building, but the production's insurance wouldn't allow it. And it only makes sense. But the actor found his own insurance company to insure him for the stunt after the productions wouldn't. And he did it without the approval from the film's safety professionals. In fact, the safety guy told Tom Cruise that he can't do that. And what did Tom Cruise do? He hired another safety guy. For real. Here is Matt Damon explaining how Tom described filming the scene to him.
I had dinner with Tom Cruise years ago, and I said, hey, tell me about this. I'm afraid of heights. How did you do this thing? And he goes, oh, I've been dreaming of this shot for 15 years, of this sequence, and finally I had a chance to do it. I go to the safety guy. I tell him this is what I'm gonna do. The safety guy says, you can't do that. That's too dangerous. So I get another safety guy.
And that's it, everyone. Thank you for watching. Do you still have any doubts why Tom Cruise is making the big bucks in Hollywood? What are your thoughts on his stunts, and which one do you think is the craziest one? Let me know in the comments down below. If you liked this video or if you found it any interesting whatsoever, then please be sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe and click on the bell to get notifications so that you don't miss the upcoming videos. Till the next one, have an amazing time and I'll see y'all later.
See you at the movie.